Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan with a hot take. Um, I just can't believe this. I just heard this story from Tim Pool, and I actually had to go find actual articles about this because I kind of almost didn't believe it. The Supreme Court says eastern Oklahoma remains Native American territory. They gave half of Oklahoma back to the Indians. Supreme Court ruled Thursday that the eastern half of Oklahoma can be considered Native American territory, says the article from USA Today, which I archived. A decision that the state warned could create civil, criminal, and regulatory turmoil. Well, I guess so. The 5-4 decision was written by Associate Neil Gorsuch, and joined by the court's 4 liberal justices. Oh, what a surprise there. The justices considered the issue for a second time after failing to decide a different case last year when Gorsuch was recused and the court likely deadlocked. Here's my question. How badly does the deep state not want Trump to be president? What the heck do they have on Gorsuch that this happened? Listen to how they got this in. The case concerned an appeal from Jim C. McGirt. Can't even say that name. Jim C. McGirt, a Native American who claimed his state rape conviction from 1997 should be overturned because Oklahoma lacked jurisdiction. Congress, his lawyer, Ian Gershon said, never properly terminated the reservation. How does this case get to the Supreme Court? Do you know how many cases go to the Supreme Court and they just don't hear them? Important cases that people want rulings on. They want to change things. They want to fix things. And the court just goes, no, we're not going to do that. No, we'll pass. But this, a guy who was convicted for rape in 1997, this is the one you're going to look at? It doesn't make any sense unless you go, oh, right, they need to do something to get Trump out of office. Well, this causes more mayhem. I don't think it actually could get Trump out of office. About the only thing it does is it might knock out a couple of Republican reps, maybe, for their districts, but it'll still be controlled by the feds, and they'll still get their electoral college votes. So, and I guess, Oklahoma's already a red state, so F them, I guess, is the strategy at this point. You couldn't do it with the beer virus. You couldn't do it fairly, of course. You couldn't do it with the rioting. So now you're going to try this? I mean, I got to give the Democrats or the deep state or whoever's pulling the strings behind the scenes on this one. This came out of left field. During oral arguments in May, the justices reached back to 1907 to determine whether Congress, using imprecise language, failed to disestablish the 1866 boundaries of the reservation. If so, virtually half of Oklahoma, home to 1.8 million residents, including Tulsa, where President Donald Trump recently held a controversial campaign rally amid a global pandemic, would remain subject to federal criminal laws. Geez, what a coincidence, huh? Trump has a rally, and then this happens. It's unbelievable. I cannot imagine a world in which Joe Biden wins, but it appears that if Joe Biden doesn't win, the strategy seems to be to burn down America on the way out. Well, good luck, Democrats, because I think this is your last hurrah. I really do. I don't think you'll be able to get a Democrat elected dog catcher after November. I think you'll be biding your time after November as everything goes red. Everything goes red for Republican. That's what I think this means. The federal government promised the Muskogee Creek Nation a reservation in perpetuity, Gorsuch wrote, adding that while Congress has diminished the sanctuary over time, lawmakers never withdrew the promised reservation. So what? I mean, that was over 100 years ago. As a result, many of the arguments before us today follow a sadly familiar pattern. Yes, promises were made, but the price of keeping them has become too great. So now we should just cast a blind line. We reject that thinking. Oh, well, it's a shame you don't do that on everything you rule on, just certain things. Just certain things that make you feel guilty. There is no one left alive from 1866. No one. No one who would have broken that treaty is alive today. Who are you punishing? Who are you rewarding? The people who got screwed are dead. The people who broke the promises are dead. How far in history are you going to go back to right wrongs? Are you going to go all the way back to the, I don't know, you're going to start digging up archaeological evidence? Oh, it looks like these two cavemen killed each other. Well, we better get the police down here. And anybody whose DNA matches the murderer's DNA, well, they're going to have to pay a steep price, a steep penalty for the murder of their ancestor. I mean, why don't you just do that? At this point, Wokistan, a novel, isn't crazy enough. Isn't insane enough. I never could have predicted this. They're giving back half of Oklahoma to the Indians. Okay. Yeah, 2020, everybody. Every month, a crazier thing happens. I can't wait for August. I can't wait for Trump's reaction to this. I mean, Jesus. Are you people this stupid? How many things are you going to do that are just nuts? As if Trump somehow is connected to this. As if, you know, the whole thing with Kavanaugh. Oh my God, Kavanaugh, the whole court's going to be right wing. Oh, yeah. The court is right wing 5-4. And look what they just did. Gorsuch switched sides to give the Indians back their land. This is going to be a nightmare. You know what it's going to do? It's just going to cost the federal government and Oklahoma millions and millions and millions of dollars to sort out. That's what it's going to cost them. So Oklahoma won't go back to the Indians. Not really. I'm sure the tribe will get a big payoff to, you know, to keep this from happening. Because how's the tribe going to take over half of Oklahoma and be able to run it correctly? You would have rampant crime. You would have people committing crime outside the reservation and then driving across it, and then you'd have to send in the federales. I don't think you want that to happen. I think there are plenty of Native Americans who live in Oklahoma. Just, you know, they don't live on a reservation. They just live like normal suburbanites, I'm sure. And I don't think they want their police gone, their local police gone. So, wow. Well, enjoy the gambling, I guess. At least you got that going for you. I cannot wait till Trump responds to this one. Holy cow.